Do you support Israel's war in Gaza?
Free Palestine, brother.
I mean, a liberation group is different than like a terrorist organization, you know?
Hey, Israel's a powerhouse. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro.
Honestly, the best person you can trust is yourself and your own research.
Israel is the Jewish homeland.
Israel's doing really terrible stuff to like Palestinian people.
Well, it's a genocide. They're committing genocide.
I mean, we can talk about 9/11, we can talk about anything, but Israel does run the world.
It's just that people shouldn't be dying, you know?
Because I don't support Geminis.
Minnesota burning. Minnesota's hottest fake news network. Welcome back. On this episode of Minnesota Burning, the staff will be heading to Dinkytown, Minneapolis, Minnesota. It is located in Hennepin County. Minneapolis should lean liberal. The burning question for tonight is, do you support Israel's war in Gaza? And the cold question is, when was your greatest mental comeback? All right, let's begin.
Do you support Israel's war in Gaza?
Hell no, I don't. Free Palestine, brother.
Why is that?
Because it's unfair what they got going on over there, man. It's a bunch of innocent people getting killed out here, man. A lot of people getting hungry, everything. So we got to be grateful for what we got out here, because there's some people real fucked up out there.
Okay.
We praying for them.
What do you say to people in comments? Israel is saving a lot of lives in this war. Hamas is mainly at fault. Hamas is using the Palestinians as shields. What would you say to those people?
I'm not a fully politic person for real. I'm just more so free Palestine for real. I understand. I don't know too much, but I know enough to where it's free Palestine, brother.
Okay, so even if there could be some case where Hamas is using them as shields, it's like you still gotta free them either way.
Free Palestine, brother.
Gotcha.
Yes, sir.
Okay. When was your greatest mental comeback?
My greatest mental comeback was definitely with basketball. In college, it was a little hurdle because I went from playing a lot to not playing much, and then I had to figure out that confidence is a self thing. It's not anything. Nobody else can mess up your confidence. It's on you to keep your confidence at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, I just was controlling the things that I could control, and then the situation ended up better.
Do you support Israel's war in Gaza?
I do not. I think what they're doing right now is an ethnic cleansing. They're blaming it on Hamas as a terrorist group when Hamas is a liberation group. They're using that as an excuse to bomb every single place. What they're doing is they're bombing an area so they move over to a different area, then bombing the next area, and then condensing them into a place to get rid of all the people in Gaza. So to answer your question shortly, I do not support them whatsoever.
What do you say to the people in comments? Israel have given Hamas a lot of money to actually help the Palestinians, yet Hamas just spends it on terrorist operations. What do you say to those people?
I feel like Hamas is viewed as a terrorist group, and they compared it to Al-Qaeda and stuff. So what I have to say to the people in comment, a liberation group is different than like a terrorist organization, you know? Take like Al-Qaeda, for example. They're international. They actually perform terrorist acts in different places. Hamas's main objective is pretty much just to like help the people of Gaza, actually. They only actually target Israelis. People of the IDF, actually. Like that's pretty much all they target. So people, what I have to say to the people in comments is, honestly, do some research, formulate your own opinions. Don't just take all the propaganda that Israel is pushing out on their news outlets, because we don't get all the coverage in the U.S. I say do your own research, be informative, you know?
And when was your greatest mental comeback?
I think my greatest mental comeback is probably like as we're speaking right now, you know what I mean? Oh. You want me to elaborate?
Yeah, sure.
Well, okay, I feel like I have bad decision making, bad judgment calls, and like I've been working on that this year. You know what I mean? And I feel like I'm doing good as of now. You know?
Oh, I see. So like you're still in the process. You know what I mean? That's fucking awesome. Do you support Israel's war in Gaza?
Fuck no. Hey, I'm free the people, bro. There's a genocide going on. None of this shit is right. You know, I get it, people are people. Everyone has believe the same, but people's decision making is not that right. But you know, free Palestine, it's always from today and forever. Today and forever.
What would you say to the people in comments? Israel was needed because of the Holocaust. Israel is the only democracy in the Middle East. All Middle Eastern governments need to be more like Israel.
Hey, Israel's a powerhouse. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. they make a lot of decisions. Look at the United States right now. You know, I love America. I love what we stand for. But supporting Israel, supporting genocide is not the way I roll. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a man for the people, and I'll tell you that. And I support a non-genocide type of world.
Gotcha.
Free the people.
Oh yeah.
When was your greatest mental comeback?
I'll be honest with you. It was when you realize when the world is united by yourself. It was. You see, a lot of people think like, you know what, I'm by myself in this world. There's not. There's a lot of friends, people you meet some people. You're not alone. I had a friend that passed away, killed himself. Shout out him. Long live him. You never be by yourself. You're not alone. That's my biggest comeback.
Awesome. Do you support Israel's war in Gaza?
Honestly, I'm not stupid informed on this, so I can't even speak too much on it, but all I can say is free Palestine, yo. Free Palestine.
Okay. What do you say to the people in comments? Israel frees Palestine. They are going to smuggle more weapons and eventually do another terrorist attack on Israel. What would you say to those people in the comments?
I would say do your own research. And basically what Coach said, honestly what Coach said, bro. Oh God. Literally do your own research. Don't listen to anyone. Honestly, the best person you can trust is yourself and your own research. Everyone will try to program you into thinking one type of way, but the best thing to do is, like I said, do your own research.
Okay. When was your greatest mental comeback?
My greatest mental comeback would honestly be probably like 2 years ago. Me and my ex had a crazy breakup, and
I was there.
I don't know. He literally was down here. He literally was. And then after that, like, I stopped going out for a while, regrouped, like, regathered myself. And after that, things have been good since, you know?
Do you support Israel's war in Gaza?
To an extent, yes. I do feel like it's Hamas's kind of like startup that kind of started all of this, and Israel has been known, they're notorious for kind of being in these like interwar kind of situations, and I do think finding a peaceful solution is the best resolution. Is finding a peaceful resolution. But yes, I don't like directly support it, but yes, I agree with them to an extent. Yes.
Gotcha. What do you say to the people in comments? Israel is the invader. The land doesn't belong to them. They should give it back to the Palestinians.
Okay, this goes back thousands of years of whose land was right. I understand the Jewish perspective that they've been persecuted for thousands of years. They were in Russia. They got exiled from Russia. They've been exiled from a lot of different places. I do agree, though, that Israel is the Jewish homeland. I do agree.
Okay. Next question is, when was your greatest mental comeback?
So freshman year, I played basketball. Freshman year, I broke my ankle, shattered it completely. I had to get complete reconstructive surgery.
College or high school?
College. So I had to get complete reconstructive ankle surgery, and I was in a knee rover. I couldn't put pressure on my left ankle and leg for about 8 months. So I was completely immobile to the perspective of I couldn't climb stairs. I couldn't do any difficult terrain. I had to keep pressure off it for the first 6 months, and the last 2 months I could keep pressure with a boot. So I think overcoming that and still being able to play college basketball was my biggest comeback. Yes.
That's what's up, dude. And are you still playing after all that?
I am still playing. Yeah.
Do you support Israel's war in Gaza?
No.
Why is that?
So basically, I'm not super educated on the problem right now, but what I've heard about like some of my friends, even family, like Israel's doing really terrible stuff to like Palestinian people. So what I know, I probably shouldn't support Israel based on like the violence and stuff I've heard about. Like, so I stand with Palestine for now.
Okay. What do you say to the people in comments? Israel is a victim of the terrorist attack on October 7th. All they're doing is defending themselves.
So basically, I guess I stand with them because like I hear about like all these like, you know, families and children, mothers, dads, all this stuff losing their life. Like I couldn't imagine that. Like I guess what I think about this, put yourself in their shoes, you know, kind of stuff like that. Cause like imagine like we're lucky to live in like a country like America where there's like not many problems, and like I think like if you were to lose your sibling or loved one, like imagine how hard that is, and like for no reason. So, and that's what they're doing in Palestine right now. Israel is, doing this terrible stuff to Palestinians, and I just think first of all, it's not right. I get it's religion, and I'm a religious man. I'm Christian, but like, think of what like Jesus would do. He wouldn't do this. Come on.
Understood.
Like, man.
Yeah. When was your greatest mental comeback?
My greatest mental comeback, so basically, I have clinical depression. I take meds for it. I go to therapy for it. I know a lot of other people have that, but it's a big challenge for me in life, basically. Basically, I would say my greatest mental comeback was I was dealing with it. It was a hard time in July. I had a suicide attempt where I sold lots of Tylenol, and but as soon as that happened, I kind of regretted it. Called my family, told them what happened. Went to the hospital. I ended up obviously being all right, but I'm doing good now. But after that, it was kind of eye-opening, because I just realized how it's not worth it. It's not worth it to kill yourself. There's so much in life. Even though there's the bad, there's the good. The good is 10 times greater than the bad moments, So I would say just even if you're struggling, fight it, Just do your best, fight it, live your greatest life.
Do you support Israel's war in Gaza?
No.
Why is that?
Well, it's a genocide. They're committing genocide.
Mm-hmm.
They violate international law over and over and over and over and over and again.
Mm-hmm.
They've kidnapped people in international water that are protesting the war in Gaza and are bringing humanitarian aid peacefully. They are killing people, way too many people every day. It's just wrong. I don't know. It's all wrong. All of it's wrong. All of it's wrong.
Okay. What do you say to the people in the comments? Israel is saving more lives than most countries in a war. Hamas is using the Palestinians as shields. Everyone should stand with Israel. What do you say to those people?
I hear what they're saying, but I don't think it's a valid argument, because Israel has killed over 66,000 Palestinian people. Just on records. It's been way more than that, but that's just people that are accounted for.
Yeah.
Hamas has killed 1,200 people in a rebellion against the suppression from Israel for over 50 years. So if I was them, it's not really crazy to have a resistance group of a country that's been oppressed for 70 years.
Yeah.
Since the 50s.
Okay. And when was your greatest mental comeback?
Greatest mental comeback. I think the past year.
Oh, what happened?
I just feel like I really gotten to know myself. I know what I stand for, and I'm not gonna argue with people if they don't agree with that. I know what I believe in.
Is there anything that triggered the mental comeback or no?
Well, I think I have a genuine care for the world and humanity. That's been I've always felt that way.
Yeah.
But since this has happened since 2023, I've never turned an eye. It's been on my mind every day.
Like the war or something else?
Yeah, the war.
Oh, so
the war.
So the war caused the mental comeback?
No, but I don't know. I care about the world, so therefore, everything that's going on, it's all intertwined.
Awesome. Do you support Israel's war in Gaza?
I don't really know about much about the Gaza, but I support Trump. I'm a Republican, open and honest. Love to have conversations, but Israel does run the world. They own everything. You can kind of just look at anything, look it up. I mean, we can talk about 9/11, we can talk about anything, but Israel does run the world, and everything that happens is pretty much due to Israel. They just kind of frame it towards anyone in America or anyone all over the world. But yeah.
Okay. What do you say to the people in comments? Israel is committing genocide. Palestine is basically a concentration camp. Free Palestine.
I mean, it's kind of an ongoing war. I think that Israel has a lot more power. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Israel and America should ride forever, just how I am. But because if that happens, if we don't, it's kind of going to be over for us. And I love America. I'm a great patriot of America. I think that we can run everything. But, I mean, I don't live in Palestine. I don't live anywhere else. I live in America, the great red, white, and blue. So I'm going to support America through ever.
Okay. When was your greatest mental comeback?
Mental comeback was playing JUCO football. I mean, that's a grind, bro. There's levels to it, and then I think that if I'm gonna be honest, you're playing against D1 dudes all year long.
Yeah.
So, I feel like playing JUCO football was just kind of, as a freshman, coming in and playing.
Were you good?
I did great, bro. I was top 10 in the country in tackles, so that was a great accomplishment for mine, and also being a white safety doesn't come along around enough. So, but yeah, it was a grind, bro. I think that playing JUCO football is also always going to be a grind, no matter who you are. It'll be a grind because you're playing against D1 dudes. Hutch always has rebounds. Like I played a Florida commit a couple weeks ago, and we're gonna rebound, come back, and film's what matters. So always, if you're playing JUCO ball, stay positive, stay going. If you're playing, even if you're not playing, you know that there's a bunch of dudes that you can get film against and get out of there. So stay positive.
Do you support Israel's war in Gaza?
I'm not really well versed on this topic, but honestly, there's not a lot of wars that I do support because I'm not a big fan of people having their lives taken away from them. So I can't say that I do support it, but just the idea of war in general is what turns me.
I see. What do you say to the people in the comments? Israel is a victim of one of the greatest terrorist attacks on October 7th. Israel has the right to defend itself. We should all stand with Israel.
At the end of the day, I'm not going to say whether you can stand with one side or stand against one side, but at the end of the day, when things are being done to your people, that's terrible. I don't have an opinion on that personally because I'm not well versed enough, but at the end of the day, my opinion is just that people shouldn't be dying, That's just how I feel.
Awesome. When was your greatest mental comeback?
My greatest mental comeback was probably my senior year of high school. I had unfortunately tore a ligament in my arm and I had to stop playing sports. And it was a really big deal for me because I had to adjust to life outside of sports, which was pretty much my whole life leading up to that point. And I think that was a big challenge for me.
Are you back in sports or no?
No, I'm back. I'm in college now, focused on school.
It's over with now, bro?
Yeah. But, at the end of the day, I'm focusing on what I can control nowadays and, have my life together now, so.
Do you support Israel's war in Gaza?
No,
Why is that?
because I don't support Geminis.
Don't you mean genocide?
Genocide.
Okay, do you support Israel's war in Gaza?
Absolutely not.
Why is that?
I also don't support Geminis.
Okay. All right, what would you say to the people in the comments? Israel is saving a lot more Palestinian lives than they're actually killing. It's Hamas's fault for using the Palestinians as shields. Everyone should stand with Israel. What would you say to those people?
Man. Unbelievable.
Well, if Hamas is still within the region, then I don't know that they're using them as shields. I don't know I suppose I got to do more study on the topic.
Yeah, definitely more research for me as well, too.
I can make a verdict and speak on it publicly.
When was your greatest mental comeback?
My greatest mental comeback is when I first moved here from Thailand. I didn't know a lot of English, and I didn't.
Yeah, you still don't.
and I didn't have a lot of friends until I joined like a soccer team. That's when like I started picking up on English and made like really good friends through soccer.
How long has that been?
I swear, like Like 6-7 years ago.
That's fucking awesome. How about you?
So I grew up in Mankato.
Oh, that's?
Yeah,
Bro, I fucking went there.
I know. When we came up here together.
Yeah.
Going, brought me up.
Oh, shit.
And I lived vicariously through the guy behind the camera. And
All right, that was the last interview. Hit the music. Thank you for watching. If you want early access to videos, you can join our Patreon. Link will be in the description. Lastly, if you have specific questions you want asked in a video, the video request PayPal link can be found in this video's descriptions or pinned comment. See you next time.